Can you really not be black enough to speak out against injustice? Why do we hate on biracial, half black, half white, half whatever who proclaim their blackness? Especially ones who stand up for all blacks when it comes to injustice. I just think that black on black hatred is getting to the point where it's unbearable. I mean, first it happened to Jesse Williams when he made his awesome speech at the BET Awards. Black folks thought it was a great speech. It was a powerful speech. He talked about the ills, the racism, the police brutality in our community. He brought to light on a national stage our plight as a black people in this country. But of course, he wasn't black enough. It's funny because I think back when President Obama was elected, our first black biracial president, black folks said that they were happy to have a black president, but they wanted a real black president, somebody who's dark skinned with an afro, or I guess someone who looked like Shaft, real black, just wore black from head to toe, had the black power fist, the big black afro, because white folks would beat down the ballot box to vote for a real black president who talked about real black issues, especially about real black power, right? Some of us are just so stupid, Jesse Williams wasn't black enough. Can you believe it? Even though he risked his career, his livelihood to defend all black folks, he ain't black enough to us. White people calling for him to get fired, attempting to organize a boycott for his TV show, but he's not black enough. I just want to know who is black enough, and why aren't these folks speaking out? Why are people like Colin Kaepernick, who's also biracial, who's also speaking out, who's also protesting, and on a national level, letting people know about the plight of black folks, risking his livelihood, his career, possibly his life, because he is getting death threats? There's a saying that a house divided against itself cannot stand. And I really believe that's true. Now, there's Sofia Richie, the latest biracial person to speak out because she was offended by things that white people say around her. Of course, Sofia Richie, she's Lionel Richie's daughter, who was ironically attacked by this black man bashing blog site. And this blog site asked this stupid question, which is the reason why I'm making this video. And they wanted to know, is she really black? Now, of course, she's biracial. Now, this attack comes from a blog site that pushes interracial dating and marriage for black women and white men or non-black men, which, if they were to have children, would most likely look like Sofia Richie or Colin Kaepernick or Jesse Williams. But anyway, they decided to focus on the fact that Sofia Richie said she was offended when white folks made derogatory comments about black folks around her. Instead of coming to this girl's side and defending her for speaking out for black folks, you know what they do? They want to call out her blackness. And according to this blog site, Sofia Richie wasn't black enough. You know why they said she wasn't black enough? Because she's accepted into white society, or she passed, as they used to say back in the day. Once upon a time, O.J. Simpson was accepted into white society until he, allegedly killed his ex-wife Nicole and her friend. Then he became their biggest enemy. So you don't have to be biracial to be accepted into the white society. And again, this is from a blog site that pushes swirling or interracial dating for black women and white or non-black men, which, like I said, could produce children who look a lot like Sofia Richie, Colin Kaepernick, Jesse Williams. But I guess if the children produced by these interracial marriages, if they decide to speak out against injustices too, I guess this blog site would call out their blackness too, right? That'll be ironic. We'll never come together with all this inner turmoil. We'll never be able to solve our issues unless we come together and stop this foolishness.